Our St. Bernard puppy got a hold of my daughter's mittens and he ripped some pretty big holes in them, so I'm just gonna fix them for her real quick. She was really sad, but I told her not to worry, that I could fix it. So I went and found the yarn that was the same main yarn that I used to knit up these gloves for her, and then my plan was just to kind of weave it back and forth over where this first hole is up on the fingers. So that's what I did. I just went in a few stitches over from where the hole is and wove into a couple of the stitches and across the hole and back out the other side. So I'm going to do this for a little while. I'm going to go back and forth until I've gotten the whole hole covered up. Now I'm just pushing down all the little fuzzy ends, and then I am weaving back and forth the opposite direction and making sure to catch those little lines of yarn that I put across in the other way, so that we can make just kind of this little woven patch. Now I'm turning it inside out so that I can weave in the ends on the other side, and I just decided to actually do kind of a couple passes on this side back and forth to really sandwich in where this hole is and make sure that it is secure and no cold air can get through it, so her fingers can stay warm. And I like to trim it short and then fray out the end so it doesn't come undone. And I'm just threading that other tail, my beginning tail, back through, but first I noticed that there was a few little stray strings from the broken knit stitches that I'm trying to tuck down just so that it looks a little bit more tidy. So I'm weaving over the top of those a little just to hold them down where I want them to be before I weave in this end. Now it's time to fix these giant holes down on the cuff. I had to think about it for a minute, but ultimately I just decided to do the same thing that I did before, so I really sped up this part of the video. But I'm just going in the same direction, weaving one way and then weaving the other, and I did the two little holes separately even though there was barely anything holding them in. Now I decided to kind of cover up this little spot on the cuff by making a little rose, and I'm showing you here that I put these 5 lines with a back stitch over the ugliest part of this patch, and now I'm just going over, under, in a circle, and around. I will have a link below for my embroidery Pinterest board where I have all kinds of things saved for how to do these cute little stitches. So there's one there for how to do one of these roses, and I decided to just do it in the same color that the cuff was so that it's there but at the same time still camouflaged. And we're calling this a kiss because my mother-in-law taught me that when you have to stick a patch on something, that's what her grandmother would say, was that it was okay, we'll just give it a little kiss. So that's what I told my daughter, that and we made it a pretty little flower that she could enjoy. decided I needed a little center of this flower because it's all the same color as the cuff, so we just needed something to help it pop. So I went and grabbed a little yellow yarn that I had, and I went through the center of the flower and did a little French knot to pull down just to give it a little pop of color. And then I fluffed up around the edges to really make the petals pop out and be cute. Got all the ends wove in and snipped them out, and there it is. It is finished. Thanks for watching.